What's up YouTube? This is the Wisco Boater channel. My name is Chad. On board Thirsty Whale, we are going to do the oil changes on the boat today. And I got my dad with me. And the first thing we're going to do is get the engines warmed up. So we'll turn the blower on and let those run for 4 or 5 minutes. Start the engines, get them up to a decent temperature, 140 or so. And then we'll go downstairs in the engine room and change the oil in both engines. We've got an electric pump to use that I borrowed from my friend Kevin. Should make this go pretty quick and easy. Probably should have said that. I always run into trouble when I say that. All right, let's get the engine started. All right, so the blowers have been running for about 5 minutes. We'll get the engine started. I'm not going to turn the chair around, but run for however long it takes to get the temperatures to come up. Get the oil nice and warm, and it will pump out easily. All right, we'll go down to the engine room here in a second. Here's the tools we're going to use. That is an electric pump that hooks up to a battery. We'll dump the used oil into that bucket, and a oil filter wrench is all we need. I've got all the oil and filters down up under there somewhere. I'll go dig those out, and we'll get this engine sucked out of the oil. We'll get this oil sucked out of the engine. All right, so get the engine, or again, keep saying engine, out of the oil. Getting the oil out of the engine, pretty simple. Can you give me another paper towel? So we'll take the dipstick out. And this oil probably only has about 30 hours on it. But change it once a year. Okay, and this tube goes down the dipstick tube. And then we turn our pump on. I got the pump plugged into a spare battery. And you can see the oil coming through the tube and into the bucket. I kind of missed it, but it comes in through here and then out into this drain into the bucket. So I have a hand pump that if you watched videos on this channel from a couple of years ago, I did an oil change on Clifford, and it's a hand pump that threads on to the top of the dipstick here, which gets you which allows the oil to be sucked out. This is way easier. Okay, you can start to hear the pump change tone just a little bit. The hose is kind of bouncing a little bit, which means there's some air coming through. You can hear it kind of spitting. And up here I can kind of start to see through the tubing again a little bit, so it's just about down to the end. Okay, I think we'll call that one good. Get this pulled out of the dipstick tube. Try not to spill too much oil. Shouldn't be much that comes out of it, but there's a little hole in the top of the bucket here for this tube to go in so that it doesn't go everywhere. Okay, then we'll disconnect our power. Oh, we're not using the pump. Okay, port side engine is starting to, or the port side engine oil removal starting to sputter. And after that, I'll get the filters pulled off and fill it back up. All right, the engines are drained. And we'll get the filter off. Hopefully these are fairly easy to get off. You'll get a little bit of oil dripping out the filter inlet there, but not too much. New filter. And we'll take a little bit of oil from the old one, put it around the rubber seal of the new filter. And spin it back on. Okay, hand tight is all you need. This engine is ready for new oil. The other engine, I gotta crawl back on the other side, back there to get that filter off. And then we'll show you putting oil back in the port side engine. Starboard side engine, the fill port is on the other side of the engine over there. So, but they're the same either side. Okay, now putting oil back in. Our funnel. And I'm going to put in 6 quarts. I think I'll put in, it takes 7. So we'll put in 6 quarts and then let that settle, and we'll check it with the dipstick to see where we're at. If we need to add a little bit more, you can do that. Each engine holds 7 quarts total with the oil filter included. Now this year I'm using the Napa, it's a SE40 Premium Performance. This is the oil that the previous owner used, and I bought all of his extra oil and filters and stuff when I bought the boat, so didn't have to go out and purchase anything extra this year since I had this on hand. Okay, 1 quart in, we'll do that 5 more times, and then we'll check it. All right, oil changes are done. We'll go back up top here and get the engine started up again. I'll go downstairs and take a look. So I put 6 quarts in each engine. It holds 7, but I put in 6. Get the oil circulated around. Get the filter filled back up, and if I have to add another quart, I've got that on hand. So let's get it fired back up here. Okay, we're running. Okay, just ran the engines for a few minutes, got them up to normal operating temperature, and we'll let them sit here for a few minutes to let the oil come back down out of the top of the engine, and we'll check to see our level and find out if we're good or if we need to add one more quart. But that's an oil change. Pretty simple. Everything's all good. One thing I do want to mention is when you're doing this, be sure to discard your used oil the proper way. Most marinas have a waste oil tank that you can dump your used oil into. In my case, I've got a good friend of mine who lives just south of town here, where we went to drop the used oil off so he can use it on his farm. So be sure to discard your oil in the proper way. Thanks for watching this episode of the West Coast Boater channel. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, send me some comments. And if you want to be notified when I post new videos like this one, hit that notification bell. We'll see you next time. Happy boating, everybody.